Spirituality and spiritual bypassing. Let's talk about it. When on earth did we get so confused with spirituality? Like, when did spirituality become healing? Because essentially, whatever your religion is, whatever you believe in, it is undeniable that we are all spiritual, because we are all spiritual beings in a physical body, in a physical vessel. We all have a soul, a spiritual soul in our physical body, but yet somehow along the way we have linked spirituality to how much you can heal, or how much you can move past your trauma and get over anxiety and move through depression, and how much you can just like heal all the things about yourself. When did that happen? Because even I, for the last 5 years, really believed that spirituality was, how much can I heal myself? How much can I look at all of my traumas, and how much can I heal them parts of myself? Which, yes, there is a limit of healing yourself, but do you know what spirituality do you know what spirituality actually is? It's how much can one accept themselves? How much do you accept yourself? How much can you accept yourself when you feel really anxious? How much can you accept yourself when you don't want to get out of bed? How much can you accept yourself when you're having flashbacks of trauma and moments in your life that you feel like have completely broken you? How much can you trust yourself when you not trust yourself, sorry. How much can you accept yourself, I suppose, and trust yourself, right? But how much can you accept yourself when you do become reactive? Because your reactivity is from parts of yourself that maybe just need accepting. Instead of us looking through our whole life and our whole reality and our whole past and all of our trauma and all of the feelings that we get inside of our bodies, what if instead of thinking, oh no, I need to heal this, I need to change this, what if we were to accept it? What if when that anxiety starts to rise, instead of distracting ourselves, instead of avoiding it, instead of thinking something is wrong with me, there's something wrong with me, and majority of the time, if you're someone that has anxiety, sometimes you can have an anxiety attack and you don't even know why. Oh my goodness, I remember back in school, I used to have panic attacks all the time, full-blown panic attacks. And if you go into a really bad panic attack, you breathe funny, right? And when you breathe funny, your brain starts to shut off the oxygen in your body, and you can start going really funny. And I remember I had this once really, really bad panic attack. And I don't know if this is going to sound crazy to you, but maybe it will, I don't know. And it was in school, and I couldn't breathe. And my whole body, you get the tingles, your hands start tingling, your body starts tingling. You're panic breathing, and then your heart is racing. And I ended up, basically, it happened while I was in class, and I was too embarrassed or insecure to say anything to anyone. So I tried to handle it myself, and what happened is I ended up going into a major panic attack, to the point that my hands, they went like this, and they went stiff, and I couldn't move. I literally couldn't move. I don't know if you've ever experienced that before, if you've had anxiety, but they literally went like this. And I remember being sat there, and these group of kind lads, they had to literally pick me up and drag me out because I couldn't walk. Literally couldn't walk. My whole body just went frozen. And oh my god, I remember I had to breathe through a bag to re-regulate the oxygen in my body, and then my body relaxed. And it was the most scariest thing in the world. And if you was to ask me, oh well, what set it off? Why did you have that panic attack? Can't even tell you. I don't know why. And a lot of the time, I I think when it comes to feeling anxious and having anxiety, sometimes we're like, we could wake up and we're like, I don't know what's wrong with me. But something very recently I've discovered is, and the reason it's so hard when you're feeling anxious, there's not no reason. There is a reason. There's a reason something's triggered inside of your brain that's making your body be responsive like that. And if we actually sit with the feeling, which I know is scary, I know it's scary because you don't want to have a panic attack, but it's actually the opposite. If you accept the feelings that are coming inside of you, if you accept it, like if you just paused and just sat down and was like, I feel anxious. Okay, well, how am I feeling in my body? I'm breathing funny, my heart is racing, I feel shaking. And you know, like you get that feeling in your chest and you're just like, you know, it's like that horrible hole, I don't know, like empty feeling in your chest, but it's like weird anxiety feeling. And instead of, we were to just sit there and say, okay, what are you trying to show me? What are you trying to show me? It will actually be resolved a lot quicker because your body and your brain want to show you what is actually going on inside of you. But a lot of the time I think that we believe that because to be spiritual you need to heal yourself all the time. So normally when we get all these feelings that appear, we're straight away like, this needs to be fixed. This needs to be fixed because I'm spiritual and I cannot feel this way. Do you know how long I have, like, throughout my old relationships, been like, everything that triggers me, and I'm like, there's something wrong with me. I need to change me. There's something wrong with me. And then I will literally do anything that I can to heal them parts of myself. But essentially what I've been doing the whole time is abandoning myself because I've not been accepting who I am. I've not been accepting the trauma that I've been through, the things that have happened to me, the abuse that has happened to me. All I've been doing is trying to fix it so much that, like, there's something wrong with me. I'm the problem. I need to fix this. Actually, why can't I just accept? Like, can you just accept what's happened to you? Can you accept that your body reacts in anxiety? Can you accept that some days you don't want to get out of bed? That some days you feel really tired and you don't want to go to work? Can you meet yourself there? Because when you choose to meet yourself there, that is when the real healing happens. That is when you can accept yourself in them moments, that is when you really can grow. That is when you really can expand, because the expansion that we came here to be in is actually within that. It's within how much can we self-accept ourselves, not avoid. Like, a lot of us are just going around avoiding all the abuse that we've been through because it's so painful. And I know, like, I understand that abuse is painful and trauma is painful, and then the results of anxiety and depression, like, it's so painful, and it can lead us to having intrusive thoughts and not knowing who we actually are, because who are we? Have we ever allowed ourselves to exist? But maybe allowing ourselves to exist is actually beyond first accepting all of ourselves. Can you accept what they did to you? Can you accept how you responded? Can you accept whatever you've done in life? Can you accept it? Because when you accept it, you are allowing yourself to not hide anymore. You're allowing yourself to be. And you don't need to keep hiding. You don't need to keep trying to be something that you're not. You don't need to become what they did to you or what you've done, or you don't need to become the anxiety or become the depression, but you do need to be aware of it and notice it and accept it and welcome it in. Because the light that's inside of you, you were born with it. It's not created through your experiences here. The experiences that you go through are here to try and awaken you to that light, because it's very easy for us to not accept and not be in our light because there's so many distractions in the world that we could just easily float through life and not ever discover who the hell we are. But there is the light inside of you that was planted in you before you were born in this world. And you are a spiritual being, whatever it is that you believe in, you are a spiritual being. So can you accept all that you are rather than trying to fix everything that you think that you are? Because who you are is on the other side of the very thing that you're trying to fix about yourself. What if you don't need fixing? What if you don't need to fix the abuse that you've experienced? What if you don't need to fix it? What if you need to accept the version of yourself that had to experience it and the pain that they might have felt, rather than trying to change who you are now because of it? Because believe me, the amount of times that I've tried to change myself and fix myself from sexual abuse, which I've experienced quite a lot in my life, the amount of times I've tried to blame myself for my actions of who I am today, of like being closed off and not fully expressing myself, or, you know, I've put a lot of blame to the abuse. But actually, when I just accept that this is what's happened to me and allow that to be a lesson and a teaching, and instead of trying to fix me, because the version of you that experienced that abuse, however many years ago, months ago, days ago, whenever it was, that version of you doesn't need to be fixed. It doesn't need to be fixed. What they need is to be accepted fully as who they are. I just heard my baby on the monitor, so I'm just checking. That version of you that has experienced the abuse needs to be accepted by who you are now. They don't need to be fixed. They don't need to be fixed. I mean, come on, picture a small child that's gone through trauma, you know, and you hear stuff on the news and you think, oh my God, that's horrible, that's tragic, like, oh, I wish I could help them, blah, blah, blah. But yet when it comes to you, why are you trying to fix that younger version of yourself? Because you think that by fixing you now is what's going to fix them. But actually, can you just accept them for what they've been through? Because you accepting what they've been through, I promise you, is the key to you revealing who it is that you came here to be, and who it is to reveal the light that has been planted in you, always. And that light is always in you. No matter what actions you have taken, no matter what you've experienced, what you've been through, or what you've done, that light is inside of you. And that light is revealed not from you trying to fix you, but the light is revealed by you revealing you and accepting you. Self-acceptance, I think, is the key to authenticity. Because you don't need to keep pushing your younger version of self aside and telling them that there's something wrong with them and then they need to be fixed and you need to change them. They just want to be held. You just need to be held. And you are the best person to hold yourself. So what would your life look like if you chose to just hold yourself fully? Like fully hold yourself, fully accept yourself, no matter what your day looks like. Can you fully accept every part of you? Because you are divine, you matter, you're important, you're allowed to exist exactly as you are. You're allowed to exist. You are allowed to exist and accept every part of you, because everything that you have been through is you. It is you. Trying to fix it, trying to wish it away, trying to hope that you can change it. That's just you abandoning the versions of you that were going through them experiences, that lived them in real time. Can you have compassion for you? Can you show up for you and stop trying to fix you? Like, just breathe. You don't need fixing. You don't need fixing. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. Your anxiety and your depression are the side effect of the things that you have experienced, but they're not who you truly are. But when you accept that they're a side effect of what you've been through, rather than trying to fix the side effects aren't what get fixed. When you focus on the main acceptance of what caused the side effects, that is what will allow the side effects to smooth out. And they will no longer have control over your life. And you will have control. But first, accept yourself fully for the version of you that had to go through whatever it is that you experienced. And I know you've had a really tough past and a really tough upbringing and a really tough life. So can you accept that little child that had to experience that as their day-to-day life, rather than now trying to punish the side effects from that experience? Can you show up for you? Because you need you. And we need you. I need you. I need you in this world with me. Okay? I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. It really means the world. I love you. You've got this. You are stronger than you think. You are stronger than you know. It's time for you to reveal your light. It's time for you to accept everything that you came here to be, including the shadows, including the darkness. You have to accept the darkness in order to allow the light to be revealed. Love you.